Peace, Apollo Michaels here, going through the moon transits and the astrological weather report of the time right now this week. Now, the moon is currently in Libra, so wherever the moon is, what's going on in its home sign of Cancer, it's carrying that energy. Right now, we have today we have an exact conjunction with the Sun in the North Node, opposite Saturn in the South Node. So what that means really is, it's an extreme emphasis. It's an exact point of what, makes us happy in life. What is our soul's destiny, the North Node, with the Sun highlighting this right now in Cancer. What makes us most comfortable in life? What's going to give us long-term comfort and happiness in life versus what's going on with Saturn and Capricorn. What are the old rigid structures that we're still holding on to? What is the old programs, the old ways of going about things, the old mental patterns in our mind and in our ways. What of it do we want to keep, and what of it is not serving us anymore? So the moon is at T-squaring Capricorn and Cancer, so it's right in between those, where it's creating a square to both those energies. And Libra is all about the scales. It's weighing the options. So emotionally, we're looking at our emotions, we're looking at our feelings that we've been having into up to this moon coming to this point, and the main emphasis has been that Cancer Capricorn axis, and it's a major time this week with that exact conjunction of Sun North Node to Saturn South Node of these things. So the next few days we are going to be and really need to just weigh the options. What do we want to keep of our old patterns, our old ways? What is worth holding on to? And what are these opportunities of new happiness, emotional fulfillment, happiness in home, and also love is absolutely, if it wasn't being highlighted before, is being highlighted as a part of all this, because Venus has moved into Cancer as well. So it's highlighted on what in love is our destiny, is going to give us this comfort, and it's going to fulfill our North Node destiny and things of that nature. And it's opposing Capricorn, the same thing. What are the old ways and old patterns, old mindset of our Venusian ways? How we materials. It also has to do with your materials and your pleasures and things, Venus. So all these things are coming up for transformation. We're right in between two major eclipses, the solar eclipse, and we're going to be having a lunar eclipse on the 16th. So we're right in between these things, where it's been major portals for major changes, and major transformation. Now, we also can't forget that Pluto, one of the biggest things in astrology is that Pluto and Saturn are going to be conjunct in January of 2020, and they haven't been conjunct for, it's the only time we're going to see this in our lifetime, because those are the bigger, slower moving planets, Pluto and Saturn, and they're not that far apart right now. I think Pluto's at like 22 degrees while Saturn's at 17. So I mean, from some perspectives, they're already conjunct, but they're going to come to an exact conjunction in another 6 months or so. So the things with Saturn, those old structures and ways, Pluto is about death and transformation and rebirth. It also rules secrets. It also rules power. So all those things are a part of what's going on with our Capricorn energy, and what's going on in that other side in Capricorn. Secretly have you been holding on to? What needs transformation about our structure, in order to have a happy, more fulfilling life. So just as far as the moon, this is the time, these next few days, where we're really got the scales going. We're really judging, what do we need to change? What are we going to keep? What can we keep? What can we not keep? And then it probably will be a little more secretive, or some power things could come up as in the next few days when the moon does move into Scorpio, and it starts highlighting more scorpionic ways of dealing. But then also the positive, when it does move, the moon moves into Scorpio, is whatever information that you might not have been able to know in regards to all these things will come up, because Pluto Scorpio energy is a great investigator, so it'll be able to get to the details. So that's exactly what's going on now. Didn't even really talk about Mars and the Mercury retrograde. That's another aspect that's going on in Leo. Mercury is going to be moving back into Cancer from Leo after it had an issue, passing with Mars is in Leo, giving us the energy of, ego, and I can go at it. I can have what I want. Life can look like what I want. I'm the boss. I'm about having fun, and that energy is what Mars is carrying. But Mercury is, the mind, the analytics, the communication that needs to retrograde. Is going back into Cancer to see, what emotionally is stopping me, from getting past these Cancer Capricorn issues to be able to go into the happiness of the Sun Leo, Leo energy. All right, so if you are interested in your natal chart readings, finding out where your houses is, which gives a lot more information on how this specifically affects you, or relationship readings, if you want to find out your synastry aspects between a different relationship, check out apollomichaels.com. I do natal and synastry readings. All right, peace. See y'all next time.